What's up, nerds? Today it's a tech deck for Templar. I said I wouldn't make a mortal deck, but that's basically the only way you can play Templar. So let's get into it. We're starting off. There's plenty of these, right? This takes up quite a bit of room. I believe it is 9. Yeah, there are 9 different ones to help out with the threshold. As you can see, it's kind of out of control. Uh, so these are to help us get where we need to early on to be able to play our creatures. Um, it also synergizes well with knighthood. They are all ordinary mortals, which allows us to get another knight onto the board. With this deck, I kind of heavily leaned into bringing stuff back. So there's not much card draw in it. There's Gwen, and Grandmaster Wizard in the deck for card draw. But I have Miracle Workers in here to revive. Crown Prince brings himself back. Vengeful Heir will bring something back. Keening Banshee allows me to bolster it further by allowing something to die, playing this, and then bringing it back. And then you have Dame in there, allowing us to bring another thing back. Feels pretty solid on that aspect. And he comes back to the hand. He comes back to the hand. It's with there's being such limited card draw. I wanted to be able to make sure that you're never sitting there dead on the field with nothing on the board. So we have Tom Thumb. He comes back. He's got a high threshold for what he is, but of course he does come back. Crown Prince comes back. Vengeful Heir revives. Brother Knight allows you to summon 2 at the same time. Which is just gnarly, right? I mean, with Templar, it's 3 mana and then you get 6/4. I mean, shit. Sir Balin, I basically chose my favorite knights to put in here. If you can get Balin on top of the enemy avatar, it's kind of out of control. Sir Gal, who is this? Geharis is great for defense. I like the fact that he untaps. Move him and untap. He's just a constant threat, so I like that. Gwen is in here simply for the card draw aspect. You can pair him up with someone, and that's fine. He is like bigger, but he kind of like counter synergizes with Lamoric. And the knights generally have decent health, so I guess I could put him by Black Knight. That would be okay. But as you can see, like most of them are pretty healthy, so yeah. So moving on, we'll go with Sir Ironside, very strong on your opponent's turn. 7/7 basically for 4 mana, which is just insane. This is kind of like a good, without using spells, a good way to end up getting something else. Black Knight, we plan on getting stuff out early to deal damage early and casting this for 2 with Templar and its effect. Pretty strong for a 5/3. Dame, of course, we're reviving with. Sir Guinevere's, if any way possible we end up getting injured, we have a way to heal ourselves. Grandmaster Wizard's purely in here for the card draw. Sir Lancelot is another untap, possibly take out 2 creatures kind of guy. And Mordred is in here because we don't have kill spells, and this is a way to easily get a hold of that. Now we go over to the artifacts. If you look, see, I have Earth is the highest in here. I managed to somehow do a 25 split even on all the resources. With the combination of air mix and or Philosopher's Stone and Four Waters and stuff, you have the possibility of casting every single one of these minions for free. Four Waters, maybe not Grandmaster Wizard, but Four Waters plus my effect gets the 6s down to 1. I mean, it's negligible. And then anything 5 and below, you can get to free. The mixes allow us to get 5 and below for free. Onyx Core is in here simply because Earth is the highest threshold requirement in the deck. I feel like this is kind of insane if it plays the way you want it to. With basically being unkillable, with being able to revive stuff, bring back stuff, stuff going back to your hand, and then also being able to get some of these really powerful knights out for free with the combination of your mixes. Philosopher's Stone. Actually, Philosopher's Stone would allow us to get these out for free, right? If we had Philosopher's Stone plus Four Waters and our Templar ability, we could get these out for free as well. Knighthood, like we mentioned, it's good for those. It also works with Miracle Worker. I believe that's the last ordinary mortal in the deck. Rescue, again, we want to revive. It's a cheap way to not have card draw in the deck and still be able to maintain our hand. We will go over to sites now. Annual Fair, I generally don't like this card. But with Templar, you're already cutting the cost down by 1. So if you needed this, it's really not, it's basically even. You're playing as a normal avatar at that point. So I feel like it's fair to put it into the deck. And then we have every copy of the dual lands, 3 of each. We have every copy of the tri lands. We have Color Out of Space and Water, Pristine Paradise. Pristine Paradise is scary to me, but Color Out of Space, the deck is aggressive. It's meant to be aggressive. So we're probably building a land bridge directly at them and not worrying about filling the corners or anything like that. So that makes that a little bit easier. Mirror Realm allows us to copy anything that we might need an additional threshold of. And Primordial Spring, like I said, we're getting aggressive. We might not be drawing spells. If we build the land bridge, we end up getting a mix early or anything to help us get these out for free. We can put ourselves behind on a site for a turn and then immediately turn around and draw 3. And then the last other land that is not a dual is the Choose a One, which I don't really need to explain. If we are short on one of the resources, we get to choose one, and then boom, we have it. So that's the Templar. I did this one in half the time I did of the other videos. If you want to play around with this, I would be happy to hear feedback. When I publish a video, I will make it public and I'll put a link in the description for you to be able to play the deck. I think it's going to be a fun deck, even though theme-wise to me, I don't really care for it. I don't really care for the human factions in games. Typically, I like to play the more like Undead or Zerg in StarCraft. But Templar has potential to clap the shit out of someone early on. And I like that. I like to play the aggressive game sometimes, and you'll notice my trademark, there's basically no magic in the deck. So if you want to play it. You got feedback, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. It's Night City. I thought that was a pretty fun name. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.